Hello everyone, I'm Ben Way. Welcome to WorldPlayHQ, your home of expert analysis, match previews and fearless predictions as we help you build the perfect World Cup bracket. Big names, big games, stunning strikes, lightning strikes, some through and some already eliminated 2 games into the group phase. It has been a history-making start. To break it all down, I'm joined by 2 members of the DAZN 48. We have Miss Adele, football fan, presenter and an excited Ghanaian, and of course Saif Haddadin as well, a content creator and a proud Jordanian. We've met him on what is a fairly rough day. We'll get to that a little bit later, but my apologies. While they say hello, I want to tell you about WorldPlayHQ. It's where global football conversation turns into a global competition. The World Cup gives us the drama, but WorldPlay gives you a chance to prove you saw it coming. Watch the games, follow the experts, make your selections, build your bracket by June 30 and compete with fans all over the world for your chance to win. It's free to play. Follow the action at WorldPlayHQ. It's hard to start anywhere else, guys, but Lionel Messi and Argentina. Before we get into the history-making performance, what did you make of the team more broadly in their 2-0 win against Austria, Saif?
Well, I think there's nothing more to say. He's Messi, he's the GOAT. He's got nothing to prove more after winning the last World Cup in 2022. So I think football is over. After 18th of December 2022, Messi proved to the whole world that he's the greatest of all time. But due to the young age of Mbappe, I think that he might be the top scorer of the World Cup in the near future.
Yeah, we'll get to that tally in 2 ticks, and the golden boot for this World Cup is certainly up in the air as well. So on Messi, 5 goals through 2 games. The latest brace took him to 18 World Cup goals. Uncharted territory, 2 clear of Miroslav Klose. He's played in a record 28 World Cup matches across a record equalling 6 World Cups, won a record 18 games, scored a goal in a record 6 consecutive matches. He's the only player to score World Cup goals as a teenager in his 20s, 30s, and is just 2 days shy of turning 39. So who knows? Maybe he's still scoring them in his 40s, Adele. What a player.
I think when it comes to Messi, it's always surreal. He's a footballer whose abilities is beyond normal. Barely 20 years ago, that is 6th of June in 2006, Messi as a teenager got his first goal. I think that is in his 20s. And even 20 years after, we are still seeing this same Messi scoring. I think he's the only player that has scored all the goals that Argentina has scored so far this World Cup. 5 over 5 is a bit ridiculous. And if Messi doesn't retire, that is after this World Cup, then probably maybe next World Cup, we are still going to see Messi do some wonders for us.
I think it's worth mentioning, he did miss a penalty in the game, but even his misses send statisticians into a frenzy because he became the first player to miss a penalty in 3 World Cups. I went through his good records. I might as well go through his bad ones too. So Argentina will top Group J. They are on 6 points with a +5 goal differential. For those wondering how that impacts their bracket, it will see them meet the 2nd seed from Group H, which is currently Uruguay, but there's a chance it'll be Cabo Verde or Saudi Arabia. They play each other in their final group game. Uruguay face Spain, which will be tough. What a moment that would be, Saif. Cabo Verde and Argentina in a round of 32.
Yeah, I think that Cabo Verde has proved to all the people that they might be the underdogs in this World Cup. Everyone expected Cabo Verde to finish last in their group, but we've seen that they play with their soul. They don't leave anything on the pitch, like they're always fighting for every ball, proving everyone wrong. I think it's a historic participation for them in this World Cup, and they might shock the world. This is football after all. I hoped that Jordan would be one of the underdogs of this World Cup, but unfortunately we've crashed out just 1 hour ago, let's say.
Well, just on that, so as you touch on, Algeria eliminated Jordan 2-1. Hearts were broken, and it wasn't that long ago. So how are the emotions now?
Seriously, I'm very proud of my Jordanian players. They played with great grit and courage and heart. It's our first participation in the World Cup. Unfortunately, the 2 goals that we conceded, they came from 2 corner kicks. There wasn't, let's say, tactical play. It's only came from, let's say, defender's mistake, or they were out of focus in this crucial moment. But I'm very proud of my country. Hopefully, the next World Cup we can improve our mistakes, and we can, let's say, move on and go to the knockout stages.
Well, let's turn our attention to another global superstar, guys, if we can. So Kylian Mbappe, a brace for him, one for Dembele as France overcame Iraq, and a storm delay as well to stamp their authority on Group I. Saif, we might get your thoughts on the game before we head to Miss Adele and get her thoughts on a prolific scorer who, as you touched on earlier, Saif, may well become the greatest World Cup goal scorer of all time.
Yeah, I think that Mbappe will eventually become the World Cup top scorer. I mean, he's still young. He's still got, maybe he can play in 2030 and even 2034. And he's only like 3 goals behind Messi. He might even catch him up in this World Cup. He's always performing well with France. We've seen how he carried the French national team in 2018 to the World Cup title. So it's extraordinary World Cup until now by both players. I think they've proven that they have been the two best players in the tournament so far.
Miss Adele, with his first, he joined Ronaldo Nazario, the Brazilian version. With his second, he joined Miroslav Klose. He got company on 16, and at just 27 in a third World Cup, as mentioned, it is hard to envisage that he won't top the list one day, isn't it?
Oh, in my opinion, I think no matter what, Kylian Mbappe one day is going to become the player with the most goals at the World Cup. And that is because time is on his side. First of all, he started very early as a young boy, being exposed to such a global stage, getting goals. And even at 27, Mbappe is still almost the Mbappe that we know. And so, in my opinion, I think even years to come, maybe for the next two World Cups or next three World Cups, depending on his fitness level, is actually going to score and get more goals and become the top scorer. I mean, the France national team is not necessarily built around Kylian Mbappe, but some way, somehow, Mbappe ends up scoring in almost every single game. And it won't be a surprise to me. I won't be shocked if one day Kylian Mbappe becomes the top scorer of the World Cup.
Well, I guess a more interesting race now that Messi's sort of broken that record, it's the race for the Golden Boot. And it's ridiculously hot at the moment. Messi 5, Mbappe 4, Haaland 4, Undav David 3, 17 others on 2, including Harry Kane, who's only played the one game. Let's get your pick for the Golden Boot. Both of you start off with Saif.
I would go with Harry Kane finishing as the Golden Boot, the winner.
Okay, so you're expecting England to go deep into the bracket. Adele, let's head your way. Who do you think will take out the Golden Boot?
I think Kylian Mbappe is taking that because if you'd ask me, in my opinion, I think France could make it to the finals of the World Cup. I think France can make it to the finals, and that is going to help Kylian Mbappe because if he's going to have to play all the games, that means that he's going to be getting goals and he should be topping. He should be getting the golden boots.
Okay, I feel like more people would suggest Erling Haaland if they felt Norway was going to progress deep enough into the tournament. They were 3-2 winners against Senegal and he scored another brace. It continues a stunning run in international football. So Haaland has now scored 58 goals from 52 games for Norway. He's scored in 12 consecutive internationals and in the past 6 of those, he's scored more than one. 6 in a row with a brace or more. Can he keep it going against France? That's the question, Saif.
I mean, what can we say? This guy is a wrecking machine. He's a robot. Even before the tournament started, I've said that my expectations that the underdog of this specific World Cup would be Norway. So I think that they will go far in this tournament. Haaland is one of the names that could, let's say, fight for the golden, let's say, the award for the Golden Boot. He might finish as the first place instead of Harry Kane if Norway reach like semi-finals of the World Cup.
Well, that upcoming fixture with France, the upcoming one, will define Group I really and could really impact your bracket. Whoever wins is going to top the group. A draw would see France remain on top. If that's the case, they'll face the third place getter from either Group C, D, F, G or H. The second seed in this group will play the second seed from Group E, which is currently Cote d'Ivoire. Now on match day 11, Group H action saw Spain 4-0 winners against Saudi Arabia. It was nice to see a response after their surprising 0-0 draw with Cape Verde to kick off the tournament, wasn't it, Miss Adele?
Yeah, it was. And even me in the first game that Spain played versus Cape Verde, I was a bit shocked because we were all expecting Spain to get 3 goals by the game ended in a draw. And coming back, playing this game, scoring 4 goals, 5-1, which was disallowed, that goal from Ferran Torres. I think the team is getting better together now. And Lamine Yamal is a plus to the team. I nearly forgot to mention, getting that first goal, good positioning, and Spain ends up winning. So that's a great comeback, and hopefully the rest of the games, Spain is going to get their things together and win them. But it was very impressive drawing that first game that people didn't anticipate and just reacting immediately and coming back to win and get all that 3 points. I think that was something that impressed me.
We've already touched on Cabo Verde, but we'll do so again. They are the big talking point out of this group. The 0-0 draw with Spain for one, followed by a 2-2 draw with two-time champions Uruguay. It is a fairy tale up until this point, isn't it, Saif?
Yeah, it is. And one of the remarkable stories, as we've seen, the goalkeeper of the Cape Verde national team, he's 40 years old, carried his team on his back. And what I've been fascinated with this team is their physicality. They're really tough opponents to break down. We've seen how Spain struggled a lot to score against them. So who knows? They might walk the extra mile and go far in this tournament if they keep up this momentum.
And now suddenly, a group of 32 dream becomes a reality, doesn't it? A second point has them third on the table. If Spain were to beat Uruguay, which you think is every possibility, any point against Saudi Arabia would see them go through as the second seed. And second in this group will play the top team of Group J. So imagine Argentina in the knockout phase. Wouldn't that be a moment, Miss Adele, if Argentina bumps into the might of Cabo Verde in an elimination game?
That would absolutely be mind-blowing, even especially for the players from Cape Verde. But I think Argentina, the kind of team that Argentina has, is going to actually overpower Cape Verde, not only because of qualities, but because of experience. I think this is the first time that Cape Verde has actually qualified for the World Cup. And I strongly believe that Argentina is miles ahead, both technically, quality, and even though Cape Verde might put a fight for it, but I don't see any chance of them actually being able to get Argentina out of the tournament if that happens.
You wouldn't have thought so, but stranger things have happened, I guess. A few surprises in Group G as well. Most expected FIFA's number 10 ranked team, Belgium, to top the group with ease. Well, back-to-back draws and a red card in the latest has them in a tricky spot. Egypt topped the group, compliments of their 3-1 win against New Zealand. A win against Iran would ensure they stay there. Iran sits second, Belgium third and New Zealand bottom. So Belgium requires a big win and a hiccup from Egypt to top the group. If they don't, that's going to impact a lot of people's brackets. So top of this group plays the third seed from either A, E, H, I or J. The second through will meet the 2 seed from Group D, which will either be Australia or Paraguay, and then most likely Argentina in the final 16. So let's have a look now at match day 13. We've got Group K in action. Cristiano Ronaldo's Portugal will be heavily favoured guys against Uzbekistan. A 1-1 draw with the Democratic Republic of the Congo leaves them in an awkward spot and they'll be looking to atone. The Leopards meet Colombia, who topped the group after a 3-1 win against Uzbekistan. And in Group L, Panama play Croatia and Ghana take on England. Can the Black Stars back up their opening win against Panama with another against England? I think it's only fair I come to Miss Adele on this one.
Maybe we can pull a surprise. If you see, I think England has more world-class players. If you look at the kind of team that England has built so far in the years, comparatively, you could boldly say that maybe England is actually going to pull up and win against Ghana. But we also what happened in Ghana's game versus Panama. that last minute goal. And even though Ghana is going to play defensively, I'm still hoping that there is a miracle. Maybe we get some counter attacks and our fast pacing wingers are able to convert the chances. But I'm hoping, actually hoping, that we pull a miracle against England. I don't rule that out. Let's see what happens.
I can promise you everyone in Australia is with you. In fact, everyone's in Australia is against anyone against England. As their coach said, England have 3 lions on their chest, but Ghana have a nation of 33 million lions behind them. So best of luck with it. As for day 14, so Switzerland meet Canada in their final group game of the tournament. The winner of that would top the group. A draw would see Canada remain top on goal difference. Bosnia-Herzegovina and Qatar essentially play off for third. And in Group C, Brazil currently occupy top spot on goal difference. They play Scotland, while Morocco play the already eliminated Haiti. Top spot could be vital here. The top seed plays the second seed from Group F, which you would imagine will be Japan or Sweden. The second seed will most likely bump into the Netherlands, guys. That would be a tricky round of 32 assignment save, wouldn't it?
Yeah, for sure. I imagine that Switzerland will finish first on their group, following Canada, and third place with Bosnia. And regarding the group of Morocco and Brazil, I'd imagine from the performance that we've seen from the Moroccan national team that Morocco will finish on top of the group, followed by Brazil as second place.
I'll put it to you as well, Ms Adele. So if Brazil were to finish second and they meet the Netherlands, that's a nightmare round of 32. I mean, great for us viewers, but a very difficult assignment.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very, very difficult, even from where I sit, to predict who is actually going to win that match. I mean, we saw how far Netherlands has performed. Even Brazil, the game that they played versus Morocco, it was a very difficult one, and it was so hard to determine who was actually going to win that match, and ended in a draw. So meeting Netherlands, it's actually something that is going to be sad, because no matter what, one of the best sides at the World Cup is going to have to pack their bags and go home. But if I'm to tip someone, I may quickly tip Brazil to still make it out of there.
Yeah, and it's always nice to see them run so deep, given their rich history in the World Cups. Thanks very much, guys. That'll do us for this episode. We look forward to your company throughout the tournament. We appreciate your work. And don't forget, to all those watching, ride the wave with us, watch the games, follow the experts, make your selections, build your bracket by June 30 and compete with fans all over the world for your chance to win. Follow the action at WorldPlayHQ.